Now today's video, I'll keep it a short one, really. I only want to answer one question, and this thing has been in my mind for the past 2 weeks. And that is, if I can only keep one system, one camera, which will it be? Now, if you follow my channel, I review multiple systems and multiple cameras, and I do own most of the equipment, and that's because I don't want to be beholden by any of these manufacturers and their needs. I want to be able to say what I want, compare how I want, and not worry about any, repercussions by them. That is my thought. So that being said, a lot of us have our own preference. We do like certain things, we do have certain purposes, and we probably have certain priorities, be it in terms of money, be it in terms of autofocus, in terms of image quality itself. But I've been thinking, all the cameras are so good today. Any priorities or purposes can be fulfilled by multiple flagships or multiple high-end cameras. Or if you're in a budget, multiple entry cameras can also do them too. It's just that you have to lower your expectations a little bit. So I asked myself, what is the most important factor to me keeping a camera? And that is satisfaction. And which stage of satisfaction will it be? To me, the longest stage that I'm stuck in these days for photography is the post-processing stage, really. The pre-planning stage usually is something out of experience. I kind of know what I want to do, so it's quite fast. The actual shooting itself is also experience. Once you know what you want to achieve, you plan properly, you can do it quite well. The post-processing stage, however, takes one of the longest time and most concentration ever. These days, to actually get a photo nicely out, you probably have to spend like a good 1-2 hours in Lightroom, followed by maybe another 1-2 hours in Photoshop for just like 2 or 3 photos itself. Time is being consumed there. And there's a time where you really look into the images, look at what you have done, all the mistakes you have did, and ask yourself, why do you do it this way? And in the end, produce the ultimate result, the photos themselves that you have to pass over to your subjects or use it for your own purpose itself. And as such, satisfaction in that phase is very important because that's where you constantly stare at the images itself. And of course, satisfaction after that phase is also really important. The final outcome. What photos make you happy? What photos make you smile? That's my satisfaction to me. So in the end of the day, after I think all these things, the camera that I choose is the GFX100 and the GF system itself. And the reasons are really simple. Firstly, I love everything about the image quality in the GF system. The lenses are all pretty good. They are not the best these days, but pretty much all of them are top grade. The image from the sensor itself is just so nice. In the field, you just punch in zoom 100%, it's great. You go back, punch in zoom 100%, it is also great. Really, really nice. And the camera itself is really ergonomically nice to use for me. I have the tilt adapter, which I'm willing to pay money for it. And it also has the best flip-out screen, which I like. Everything else to me after that is kind of secondary. I mean, autofocus is really important, but I've been reviewing my photos. I think less than 10 or 20% of my photos require high-end or great autofocus. In fact, many of them, with a little bit of planning, I can still achieve it with the GFX100 itself. So in the end of the day, I talk about where I'm stuck the most, which is the part of post-processing and the quality coming out of this camera together with the GF lenses, because there are things that you cannot fix easily, like aberrations. The whole package here gives me really nice image quality that I can manipulate, do what I want to achieve what I want at the end. And that is satisfaction itself. After all these photo shoots, I look at the images, I think about my process, the GFX100 gives me the best satisfaction. The GF lenses are just so nice. Every single lens I pop on this camera will usually take very good image quality that, in other systems I still have to worry about this, worry about that. Unless I have full access to all the high-end lenses, which I don't always have them, the GFX100 is just more predictable in many ways. By the way, the lenses on the GFX100 is no longer that exorbitant. When you compare to modern GM lenses, RF lenses, or Z lenses, they are pretty okay price. So, end of the day, this is the camera I will keep if I can only choose one. One camera, one system, of everything I own. Canon, Nikon, Sony, Olympus, Fujifilm, GFX is the one I will keep. Now, once again, this is not a review video. This is not a recommendation. I won't recommend the GFX 100 today for most people. It's just so costly. And I will probably, if you give me this camera today to review, I won't say it's the ultimate best camera either, because other than the image quality, everything else is quite pain in the ass to use on this camera itself. Comparatively, that is. If you never touch the rest of the cameras, the GFX 100 is still really good. But if you have touched most of the other flagships, it's quite painful to use this at times. But it gives me the satisfaction. Therefore, this is the camera I will keep. And really, I want to hear from you. What is the system or camera that gives you the best, I would say, as satisfaction for whatever purpose you do? Everybody have their own preference. Everybody will have their own system that they would like to use. Your decision is as valid as mine. Nobody should force you to use any system you don't want to. In the end of the day, the decision on how you spend your money to purchase what you want is up to you. Me as a reviewer is just here to provide you information. But today's video is not even a review. It's just my own thoughts on which camera I will keep. And as such, what you keep is as valid as mine. Your decision is as valid as mine. So I'd like to hear, your decisions and of course, what you prefer in the comments below. I think there's always something to learn on why people prefer a certain system. There is so much about the human side on our decision-making process, on why we want to keep certain things. And this is usually not shared. And reviewers cannot help you on that. So I'd like to really hear from you guys what you prefer and why do you come up with that decision itself. And really, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed this short little video. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.